Hello class. So what we are going to discuss for this meeting is about the continuation of what we have before last week. We're going to discuss about the uncertainties in measurement. But before that, I would just like to discuss about your activity last week. So this is how you would compute for this exercise. So 19.6. Okay class, so para dito sa exercise natin na to, Okay class, so para dito sa exercise natin na to, i-analyze muna natin ng mabuti yung problem. So, ang given kasi, a chemist trying to identify the main component of a cleaning fluid finds that 25 cm cubed or 25 ml is also equivalent to 25 ml of the substance has a mass of 19.625 grams. So, 19.625 grams at 20 degrees Celsius. So, yung given temperature natin is at 20 degrees Celsius. Diniscuss ko before na yung density is dependent siya sa temperature. So, itong given table natin, yung densities na binigay dito is at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay na tayo sa temperature. So, ang given natin is this 125 ml, which is the volume of the substance and the mass. Tapos, makikita natin dito yung densities. These are the names and densities of the compounds that might be the main component. Which of these compounds is the most likely to be the main component of the cleaner? Yan yung question natin. So, para malaman natin, para matingnan natin dito sa table na to kung ano ba yung compound natin, hahanapin natin yung density nung compound. So, density or rho is mass per unit volume. So, mass over volume. So, yung mass natin sa given example is ito. Kasi, sabi, has a mass of 19.625 grams. So, if we will compute for the density, density is equal to mass over volume. So, ang mass natin is 19.625 grams over, ang volume natin is this one, 25 cm cube or equivalent to 25 ml. So, 25.00 cm cube. So, ito yung i-determine natin. So, sa calculator natin, 19.625 divided by 25 equals 0.785. So, anong unit natin? Gram per cm cube. So, in short, this is the density of the compound that we are trying to find out. So, dyan sa binigay kong example ng computation, yun sa discussion, ang answer ng density natin is 0.785 gram per cm cube. So, para malaman natin kung ano yung compound na hinahanap natin, titingnan natin dito sa table of densities. So, asan ba dyan yung merong 0.785 grams? So, let's check. So, this is it. Ibig sabihin, yung compound natin, ang answer is isopropyl alcohol. So, yun yung calculation or computation paano natin nalaman kung anong component nung cleaner na pina-find out nung chemist. Okay? So, our answer for this exercise is isopropyl alcohol. Okay, I hope everyone got the correct answer. If ever, try to review the computation at kung may questions kayo, just feel free to ask me. Okay? So now we will move on to our next discussion, which is uncertainties in measurement. Okay, so there are two kinds of numbers in scientific work. These are the exact and inexact numbers. Exact numbers are those whose values are known exactly. From the root word exact, you know them exactly. And inexact numbers are those whose values have some uncertainty. So for our exercise, we have to state whether the following is an exact or inexact quality. So for example, the students in your chemistry class. So bilangin natin, ilan ba yung classmates nyo? Let's say you have 20 students in the chemistry class. So let's put 20. So is this an exact or inexact quantity? So this is a whole number. Wala siyang point or half or 1/4. So ibig sabihin, it is an exact number, quantity, I mean. Okay? The mass of a coin. So, para malaman natin yung mass of a coin, ititimbangin natin siya sa timbangan. So, meron tayong iba't ibang timbangan. Meron tayong tinatawag na analytical balance, top load balance, o yung timbangan natin sa mga palengke. So, pwedeng mag-iba-iba yung mass of a coin. Hindi natin alam. It depends dun sa quality ng timbangan na gagamitin natin. Okay? This one is inexact kasi hindi natin siya sigurado kung hindi siya pare-pareho, depende sa timbangan na gagamitin natin. And usually, meron yung point-point. Kaya ibig sabihin, inexact siya, hindi siya whole number. Next, the number of grams in a kilogram. So we all know, it is known that 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1,000 grams. 1,000 grams in this situation is an exact quantity. Kasi alam natin na for every kilogram, there is always 1,000 grams. Okay, so let's check. Okay, tama ba yung answer natin? Exact, exact, inexact, and exact. Okay, so tama tayo. Yun yung uncertainties in measurement. So, meron tayong certain tayo na 20 yung students sa chemistry class natin. While dun sa mass of a coin, we are not certain because pwede mag-iba-iba. Dun sa grams in a kilogram, it is always given that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. Okay? Next. So, the uncertainties in measurement is described using accuracy and precision. Accuracy refers to how closely the individual measurements agree with the correct standard or true value. So, ibig sabihin, pag ganyan, accurate yung measurement natin. It is expressed in terms of percent accuracy. Yung precision, this is a measure of how closely the individual measurements agree with one another. So, it does not depend on the true value or the exact value, but with one another. So, kailangan magkakadikit sila. So, this is quantified in terms of standard deviation in mathematics. So, this is an illustration of the precision and accuracy. It is called the dartboard analogy. So, for this figure, we can say that almost all the darts are in the bullseye. So we can say that these have good accuracy and good precision. Good accuracy because they almost all hit the bullseye. That is the true value or the exact value. That is accuracy. And precision, good precision because almost all of them are together or closely related to one another. And then, moving on to the other dartboard, these have poor accuracy because this is supposed to be what they will be hitting, the true value. And yet, this is very, very distant from the true value. So, we have pure accuracy but it has good precision. Why? Because these darts are closely connected or close to the value of one another. So this is good precision. Okay, the next dartboard shows poor accuracy and poor precision. Poor accuracy kasi di na nila na-hit yung bullseye or yung target mismo, and then magkakalayo pa sila sa isa't isa. Okay, kung magkakalapit sila katulad nito, that is good precision. Kung malapit naman sa true value, that is accuracy. Okay? So now we will move on to significant figures. This refers to all digits of any measured quantity plus one uncertain digit. So this is directly proportional with certainty of any measured value. This is the significant figures in measurement. So we can see the second digit in 27 degrees Celsius, the 7, is estimated and therefore uncertain, especially in measurement, for example, a thermometer. That is what we call the uncertain figure. And that leads us to significant figures. Ano ba yung dapat lang na i-report natin? Okay? So, these are the rules for counting significant figures. Non-zero integers will always count as significant figures. So, basta non-zero siya, hindi 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 1 to 9, that is always counted as significant figures, basta hindi 0. Ito na yung rules natin sa mga zeros naman. Captive zeros, or the zeros in between two non-zero integer, yung napapagitnaan, for example, 101. So this is called, this zero between the two non-zero integers always count, this is called the captive zero. This always count as significant. Okay, basta nasa gitna siya na non-zero integer. That is significant figure. Ibig sabihin, isasama natin siya sa measurements natin. Next, leading zeros. Yung leading zeros naman, or the zeros before the first non-zero integers do not count as significant. For example, we have 0, 1, 2, 3 for our figure. So, this is called, yung nasa unahan ng first non-zero integer, which is 1. Ito yung first non-zero integer natin. This is called, this 0 before the first non-zero integer is called a leading zero. So, leading zeros do not count as significant. So, kung dito sa given figure na, for example, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, if we're going to count the significant figures in that number, we will not count this 0, the leading zero. So, we will just count 1, 2, 3. We have 3 significant figures. Okay, next. Trailing zeros. Yun namang trailing, or the zeros after the last non-zero integers may or may not count as significant. So, it depends. For example, 1, 2, 3, 0. So, it depends if it will count as significant. This is called the trailing zero because this is the zero after, this is the last non-zero integer. So, this is what we call the trailing zero. Okay, so let's see what else. So, these are the rules for counting significant figures. So, malalaman natin kung ika-count ba natin yung trailing zero or not. For exact numbers, or those that is a result of counting or by definition of conversion, like yung kanina sinabi, yung counting, as a result of counting, for example, ilan yung students sa chemistry class, we counted, for example, 20. So, this is an exact number. or by definition of conversion, like 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams, these have infinite number of significant figures. So we cannot tell how much significant figures they have because they are exact numbers. Okay? Next. For the significant figures in calculations, these are the rules. For addition and subtraction, the result has the same number of decimal places as the measurement with the fewest decimal places. You have to remember these rules in significant figures in calculation. So, kapag addition and subtraction, magre-rely tayo sa measurement, given measurement with the fewest or pinakakonti, fewest decimal places. Yun ang susundin natin sa pag-report na answer natin in the correct significant figure. Okay? So, this is for example, we have 20.42, 1.322, and 83.1. So, ito yung i-add natin for example. So, let's see, this one has 2 decimal places. Ang ibig sabihin ng decimal places, yung after the point. So, this is the point. So, 1, 2, we have 2 decimal places. Kasi move natin yan 1, 2 decimal places. For this value, we have 1, 2, 3. That is 3 decimal places. And this one, pag move natin, isa lang, 1 decimal place. So, kung ang answer natin, pag add natin yan is 104.842, we have to round it off to 1 decimal place lang. So, matatanggal yung dalawa. Since these have 3 decimal places, pag ginawa natin siya na 1 decimal place lang, magiging ang answer na lang natin, our final answer would be 104.8. Matatanggal na siya. So, ida-drop off na natin yung dalawang decimal place. Pero sa case na yan, pag nag-round off tayo, lagi pa rin nating tatandaan yung rules in rounding of numbers. For example, that is 104.842. So, pag dinrap natin to, since itong number na to is less than 5, hindi natin dadagdagan ng 1 yung 8. So, as is lang siya. Di ba meron tayong rule na ganyan sa rounding of numbers? Please review yung rules also in rounding of numbers. For example, nagkataon na yung i-round off natin is 104.853. So, etong dalawa yung tatanggalin natin supposedly. So, this number, yung unang tatanggalin natin na malapit dito sa matitira is 5. Ang rule sa rounding of numbers, kapag 5 and above, kailangan mag-plus 1 tayo dito sa matitira natin. So, this will be 104.9 kapag din-drop off natin tong dalawang to. For example naman, 104.863. Ida-drop natin tong dalawa, magiging 104.9, I mean. Kung 104.833, da-drop natin 33, it will stay the same. Okay, so please review also rounding of numbers aside from these rules in significant figures. Okay, so please take note, kapag addition, yung fewer decimal places ng measurement ang ika-count natin or susundin natin for our significant figures. And then next, for multiplication and division, the result has the same number of significant figure as the measurement with the least significant figures. So, yung list pa rin. So, yung may pinaka-konting significant figures, ang susundin natin dun sa answer natin, sa pag-report na answer natin. So, for example, in computation of the area, we have this given, 6.221 cm and 5.2 cm. So, imumultiply natin siya. Ang sagot is this one, 32.3492 centimeter cube. So, sa final answer natin, hindi natin ire-report lahat tong 32.3492 cm cube. So, hahanapin natin dun sa dalawang given natin kung alin yung merong pinakakonte, least significant figure. So, in this situation, ang least significant figures natin ay 1, 1, 2. 5.2 have 2 significant figures because this one have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ang susundin natin is yung 2 significant figures. So, matitira dun sa pinaka-answer natin is ito lang, 32. So, ang pag nag-round off tayo, since less than 5 yung susunod na number, ang magiging answer lang natin ay ang magiging answer lang natin is 32 centimeter cube. Okay? So, we use the correct number of significant figures. So, sa magiging exam nyo, I want you to be very, very careful in reporting or choosing the correct answers because it depends on the correct number of significant figures. So, you have to review these rules very well. Okay? So, next, we're going to have these examples. So, we have to give the number of significant figures for each of the following results. So, a student's extraction procedure on T yields 0.0105 grams of caffeine. How many significant figures are here in this given situation? And then next, a chemist records a mass of 0.050080 grams in an analysis. And then in an experiment, a span of time is determined to be 8.050 times 10 to the third seconds. So let's see. So the answers are for this one. The first one is we have 3 significant figures. Bakit? Ano ba yung mga significant figures natin dyan? This zero is what we call the leading zero. So, leading zeros are not considered to be significant. Sabi natin sa rules natin kanina. So, hindi natin siya i-count. I-count lang natin is yung non-zero integers including the captive zero. So, 1, 2, 3. That's why we have 3 significant figures. Then, for this one, we only have, so hindi natin i-count to, mga leading zeros. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, I'm sorry. So, dito tayo mag-start sa 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 significant figures. In this case, yung trailing zero natin ay counted siya as significant figure. Bakit? Because this is a given answer already. That's why it has been converted to the correct number of significant figures. Okay, that's why we have to include the trailing zero in our computation. Okay, next, we have this one. 8.050 times 10 to the third power. So, ito lang yung, usually kasi itong ibig sabihin ng times 10 to the 3, meron pa yung additional, i-move natin yung decimal point natin 3 times to the right. So, 1, 2, 3. So, yan usually yung sagot. Since kinonvert natin siya sa exponential form, nabilang na lahat tong base number natin as significant figures. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we have 4 significant figures. Okay? So, if you need more time to review it, and if you have any questions, just ask me in Messenger. Okay, let's do this exercise. The width, length, and height of a small box are 15.5 cm, 27.3 centimeters and 5.4 centimeters respectively. We have to calculate the volume of the box using the correct number of significant figures in your answer. So what is the formula for volume? Volume is equal to length times width times height. So we are going to use multiplication in this one. So please prepare your calculators. Okay. So our length is, hindi na niya inisa-isa kung our length usually is 27.3. Let's follow this one, 27.3 centimeters times width, which is 15.5 centimeters. And then our height is 5.4 centimeters. So, multiply natin yung tatlong given figures na yan. We have 27.3 times 15.5 and times 5.4 equals, okay, the answer in my calculator is 2,285.01 centimeter cube. Magiging cube na siya kasi kapag multiply natin yung mga unit na pare-pareho, cm, we have 1, 2, 3. So that is cube. The volume is 2,285.01 centimeter cube. So, ano yung susundin natin na rule sa significant figure? Diba ang sabi, kapag multiplication and division, we have to, the answer should be, the number of significant figures of our answer should be the same with our given figures having the least number of significant figures. So, in this case, which is the one with the least number of significant figures or yung may pinaka-konting significant figure. So, let's see. Sorry. This one has 1, 2, 3. 3 significant figures. This one have 1, 2, 3 also. 3 significant figures. And this one have only 2. 1, 2. 2 significant figures. So, it means our answer should only have 2 significant figures. So, alin lang matitira? Ito lang. 2,285.01 will be rounded off to 2 significant figures. So, mangyayari, since itong tatanggalin natin na 8 is greater than 5, or 5 and greater than 5, we will add 1 to this one. So, we will have, to the last number, so we will have, our answer would be 2,300. So, papalitan natin ng 0, 0 yung iba. 2,300 centimeter cube. Kasi itong trailing zeros na to, hindi na siya counted as significant figures. That's why we only have 2 significant figures in this in our answer. So let's see if our answer is correct. Okay. Is that correct? Our answer was, 'di ba kanina yung 2,285.01 cm cube, kinonvert natin sa with only 2 significant figures. So, this one, din-wrap off natin. Since this is greater than 5, we will add 1 to this one. So, tama yung answer natin kanina. Okay? So, next. Okay. Our next exercise, a gas at 25 degrees Celsius fills a container whose volume is 1.05 times 10 to the third centimeter cubed. The container plus gas has a mass of 837.6 grams. And then the container, when emptied of all gas, has a mass of 836.2 gas. What is the density, grams, I mean. What is the density of the gas at 25 degrees Celsius? So, ito, medyo madugong computation na to. Lahat-lahat apply na natin. Lahat ng natutunan natin sa measurements and uncertainties in measurements in chemistry. So, isa-isahin lang muna natin. So, ang hinahanap natin ay density of the gas at 25 degrees Celsius. So, we know that density is mass over volume or mass per unit volume. So, we have volume already. It's already given. The volume is 1.05 times 10 to the third centimeter cube. 1.05 times 10 to the third centimeter cube. Now, yung mass natin ang hahanapin natin because we have two given weights. This one and this one. So, first, we're given the mass of the container containing gas. So, we have 837.6 grams. And then, what was given is the weight of the container when the gas is emptied. So, para malaman natin ngayon yung weight ng gas natin, kasi hindi natin siya actually matitimbang talaga, yung gas. So, una, nilagay natin yung gas dun sa container, tapos mineasure yung gas na may container, or yung container na may gas, so ito yung mass natin. Tapos, para malaman natin kung ano lang yung mass ng gas, i-weigh natin yung mass naman ng container na walang laman na gas. So, ang mass ng container natin na walang laman na gas ay 836.2 grams. So, kapag minus natin yung mass ng container na may laman na gas at minus natin yung mass ng container na walang laman na gas, ang makukuha natin is yung mass lang mismo ng gas natin. So, what is the answer? Okay, 837.6 minus 836.2. So, our answer would be 1.4 grams. So, tama ba yung rule natin sa significant figure? Ang rule natin sa addition and subtraction, ang masusunod is yung numerical value na given na merong least decimal places naman. So, for these examples, we have only one decimal place for this given and another one for this given. So, pareho lang sila na 1 decimal place. So, tama yung answer natin na 1 lang yung decimal place niya. So, 1.4 grams. So, ito na yung gagamitin natin sa computation natin for density. So, this is the mass of our gas, which is 1.4 grams. So, to get our density, we have 1.4 grams divided by 1.05 times 10 to the third centimeter cube. Third centimeter cube. Okay? So, if mas convenient kayo or if you're not using a scientific calculator na may exponential form, you can convert this to, sabi ko kapag positive yung exponent or yung nasa taas na number, sorry, sumasakit yung ulo ko, we will move the decimal place to the right. 3 places to the right. So, from this, 1, 2, 3. So, with this space, we will add another 0. So, that would be 1050 centimeter cube. Then, 1.4 grams. 1.4 grams, so sa calculator nyo, 1.4 divided by 1050 equals, our answer would be 1.4 the answer in my calculator is 1.33333 times 10 to the negative 3. So, ibig sabihin, ang answer dyan is, kung negative 3, 3 places to the left nyo naman i-move yung decimal point nyo. So, 1, 2, 3. Ito yung decimal point, 0, 0. 0.00133333. So, ngayon, dun sa rule of significant figures natin, since yung given natin for division, 1.4 and 1.05 times 10 to the third centimeter cube, ang hahanapin natin is, ang answer natin, i-express natin dun sa may least number of significant figures since we have division. So, least number of significant figures, we will count. This one have 1, 2, and this one has 1, 2, 3 significant figures. So, masusunod is yung least or pinakamababa. So, our answer will be expressed in having only 2 significant figures. So, kung ang answer ko kanina sa calculator ko is 1.33 times 10 to the negative 3 gram per centimeter cube, it should only have 2 significant figures. So, i-cancel out na natin itong isa. What will remain would be 1.3 times 10 to the negative 3 gram per cm cube. So, let's check. Ito yung answer natin, ha. Tingnan natin kung tama. Okay. Okay, so let's understand this. Ang nilagay ko kanina is 1.3 times 10 to the negative 3. So, ang answer dito is 0.0013. So, these have 2 significant figures. These also have 2 significant figures. So, but they are the same. Kasi sabi ko kanina, di ba, negative 3, you will move your decimal place 3 places to the left since it's a negative 1. So, 1, 2, 3. So, this will be your decimal point. So, you will have to fill in 1, 0, and 2, 0. So, our answer would remain 0.0013. So, it's the same. Okay, we both have the correct answer. If it's expressed in exponential form, this one, and if it's not expressed in the exponential form. Okay? So, this answer is correct, and this answer is also correct. Okay. So, if you still need a moment with that exercise para mapag-aralan nyo mabuti. Okay, next. Okay, so that's the end of our discussion for today. So, I will give you more time to practice and siguro magsasend ako ng mga for practice nyo na exercises or magpo-post ako, and that will be your class activity. You will not answer the Google form, but you will use Google Docs or picturean nyo, screenshot nyo yung picturean nyo yung isosolve nyo sa paper. Gumamit kayo ng pen and paper para mas maganda. Mas ma-i-express nyo na mabuti yung answers nyo. And then, yung pen and paper, yung solution nyo, pakisulat. Sulat nyo muna yung problem. And then, sulat nyo yung solution nyo dun sa paper. And then, i-box nyo yung final answer nyo. Kung hinihingi correct number of significant figures, you will give the correct number of significant figures. And then, box nyo yung final answer. And paki-picturean, and yun yung isa-submit nyo sa akin. Ito turn in nyo dun sa class activity natin. Okay? So, kung may questions kayo, just feel free to message me para ma-explain ko sa inyo na mas mabuti. Okay? Thank you. I hope you will review. I will give you...
Your phone has no SIM card installed, so I can't...
I will give you So, hindi muna tayo, supposedly magpapa-preliminary exam na ako sa inyo next week. Pero, I will give you the time next week for our schedule to review more on computations and measurements, uncertainties in measurements. Okay? Thank you.